This is the Roller and the Stroller podcast. I'm Josiah, the roller, and I was born with cerebral palsy and navigate the world in a wheelchair alongside my best friend Kelly, the stroller.
In this podcast, we discuss living with a disability, adapting to surroundings in a wheelchair, and the challenges we face together. We talk about things like going to concerts, traveling, everyday tasks, and sports.
But also get into deeper topics like religion, self-talk, medical needs, and some of the frustrations of using a wheelchair. We will give insight on how to enjoy life with a disability
and share advice on how to understand someone with a disability.
Welcome to the Roller and the Stroller.
This podcast is a Sidewallstudios production.
Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of the Roller and the Stroller podcast. I'm Josiah, I'm your resident roller.
And I am Kelly, and I am your stroller. Today, our topic is everyday tasks.
Let's get into it.
So as I was cleaning my place, like throughout the week, I was just kind of taking a mental note of how you would do things. So I just kind of want to, more of like a Q&A. I kind of just want to ask you some of the things that I wonder if are more difficult than how I could do them, or like, if you don't even give it a second thought, it just comes natural to you. I'm just very interested in. And then maybe afterwards you can kind of fill me in on some things that maybe I don't even think of. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So can we just talk about lawn care? I know that sounds like super lame, but we have such extreme weather here. It gets really, really cold and then really, really hot. And there's a lot of things we have to do to make sure that our lawns, don't go crazy, or if there's a windstorm or ice storm or whatever. So can you talk to me about maybe just like briefly any lawn care that you might do and how you do it?
So I have had no experience with lawn care yet. However, if you're talking about like mowing the lawn or weeding the garden, I have weeded a garden because growing up, my mother was like, you need to weed this garden because that is something you can do. And I was like, you're right. Like, I just weed the garden with my gloves. I have a little mini shovel, little hoe, rake. What do you call those?
Little hoe. I like a little hoe.
No. Like a rake thing. And then you get to the roots.
Do you like have to mow your lawn or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay, well okay. I was expecting, this is how I do it. But how do you make sure that like your lawn is mowed? Do you even care?
I just pray. I pray.
I pray that the grass dies.
I don't care. I don't like grass. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I didn't know that.
It feels weird.
So you just hope your grass dies?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's one way to solve it, I guess.
I don't. Well, the thing about it is, like, I don't think I would have grass if it was my choice.
You don't have to really mow a lawn, but if you were, I could just imagine like somebody behind you pushing you as you're pushing, because that's how we go grocery shopping. Is like I push you and you hold the buggy, and I just push you and I'm telling you left, right, even though sometimes you don't know the difference between left and right sometimes. A buggy is a grocery cart.
A cart.
It's a buggy.
They're called carts.
I call it a buggy, okay? Anyway.
A buggy? A punch buggy?
A buggy.
Yeah, so really, like, the conversation I know about lawn care will be short, but, like, because I've never done it, I would imagine that there is a way for people in wheelchairs to do it, though, whether it slides in, whether you slide in with your wheelchair and you just hook it up as an extension to your wheelchair. I know, like, I would imagine that's a thing, because that happens with scooters, that happens with other motorized vehicles, so I imagine it would be the same for lawn care, but I don't have like a specialized motorized lawn mower.
Yeah,
or anything.
I would imagine that would be the way to go, is to get like a ride along lawnmower. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm sure that it is a thing. If it's not, what a way to make millions of dollars. Or alternatively, you could mow my lawn and we could have a sidecar with me in it, like motivating you. You know what I mean?
You'd be motivating me to push the lawnmower. Okay, so moving on from like lawn care, because I don't imagine like picking weeds is the way that you would do it is different than mine. We're both sitting down.
I just jump in the flower bed.
Yeah.
And yeet the weeds,
Watch
baby.
out for the snakes. Yeah.
There's no snakes in your garden bed?
I have snakes. Garden bed. That's a song from Indian Lakes. Did you know that?
Garden bed.
Garden bed. Okay. So anyway, so talk to me about let's flip the seasons. Let's go into winter. How do you shovel your driveway and your sidewalk?
You do it on the sides, each on the sides. So we're wheeling. Say I want to put my shovel to the right side of my chair. I wheel with the left and I scoop the right side of my place. Then I switch hands and wheel with my right and then get the left side. So I have my shovel perpendicular to me. So that's how I would do it. It's not the most optimal way and it does take a long time. But if that's something that needs to be done, that is something I can do. And it will take longer, and we can get into this more, but with everyday tasks for me, I can do a lot of things, but it would just take a longer time. So shoveling snow out of the yard or whatever is just something that takes longer, but I can do it.
Has there ever been a scenario where it has snowed so much that you can't even push your wheelchair through it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do then?
Well, here's the thing. I ask for assistance.
Wow.
I know. We have talked many times before how difficult I find that at times, but there comes a moment in time where I don't want to say admit defeat, but recognize your ability or lack thereof and say, I cannot do this right now.
Yeah, I think everybody is going to fall in a scenario, whether you're in a wheelchair or not, that you're going to need help with something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's normal.
But there is a way for me to shovel.
That's really cool. I didn't even think about that, actually.
Because you're turning. So say I want to turn right. So I grab the left wheel and to stabilize it, and I turn the right wheel to turn right. So that's essentially what I do when I'm shoveling. Whichever way I want to go, I press with the other hand that has the shovel in it so that it will turn. So the turn radius when I have something in my hand is obviously less likely or takes more effort. I haven't had to do it. I think I've only done it one time. But that is something I can do.
Yeah.
And something I thought about. Mm-hmm. Because when there's snow in my entryway, I slip.
Yeah.
The wheels slip.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what about taking out the trash?
So we have a trash service. Basically what I told them is that, hey, I use a wheelchair. Am I able to have this trash can in a different spot than the usual spot? I basically explained to them, I'm in a wheelchair. Is there a way that I can have an easier access point to it? And they said, yeah, usually it's not a customary thing to request, but we'll make an exception for you. It is easier for me to get to my garbage can. And I had to request that because usually it's in a different place.
So do you bring in your trash can every day, or do you just leave it where it's supposed to be picked up?
So my trash can, I bring it in every day. Well, not every day, but I bring it in when the trash is picked up. And then I bring it in and I park it to where I would like it. And then when it comes time to be picked up, I push it out closer to the curb.
How do you do that? Is it essentially the same thing as how you shovel?
Because I'm him.
I know, that's just so amazing to me. Because trash cans are tall. So do you just grab it and then wheel with the other hand?
Yeah. I don't know about your trash can, but mine has wheels. So I tip it with one hand, push with the other, and then when I need to get past another, I basically am rotating which hand is holding the garbage can and which one is wheeling. And that gets me to the curb or wherever I need to go, and I drop it there. Wow. And then I bring it back.
That's so cool.
The same way. It takes a longer time. You'll be proud of me for this one. Usually I have to, when I'm bringing the trash can back, I usually have to get out of my wheelchair. This last time, I did not.
Wow. We haven't really said this, but you are actually very fortunate in the fact that you can still get out of your wheelchair.
Yes.
We talked a little bit about when we went camping, how my grandmother could not get out of her wheelchair. So you definitely have the benefits of being able to get out of your wheelchair and do a lot of things.
I'm still
cool.
Young and spry.
Yeah.
For now.
Oh my God. So
27, baby.
that's pretty cool. That's awesome that you can do that because you are super independent and I know you love your independence.
Yeah.
How would you clean your gutters? Would you just, again, ask somebody to do it for you? Or do you get on the roof? Ooh. Do you climb a ladder and get on the roof?
I do not.
Okay. I wouldn't think
I've never
so.
had to be on the roof.
So you just ask someone?
I didn't know cleaning gutters was a thing.
Yeah, dude. You need to clean your gutters.
Oops.
I'll come over and clean
How do
your
you
gutters.
do that?
You get on the roof and you clean out your gutters.
You get on the roof?
Yeah. Or you can get on a ladder. I like to get on the roof. I'll come clean your gutters for you.
Okay, I'll pay you.
No, you don't have to pay me. You can pay me in food. How about that? You can feed me.
Okay, I'll feed you.
Okay, great. So gutters, you would just essentially have to ask somebody to do it because you've never done it before. But
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I could even get on my roof
have you ever climbed a ladder?
to my bunk bed.
Why were you on the top
I'm
bunk?
Sure
First of all, did you insist?
that's a story, and I'm not going to throw my brother under the bus.
Okay.
You're welcome, brother. But I'm pretty sure that climbing a ladder would be a thing that I could do feasibly right now at the right young age of 27 with my muscle mass the way that it is. I'm pretty sure I could climb a ladder. But staying on the roof would be a challenge.
Oh,
because
yeah.
roofs are not the most how can they be flat? They're not
That's true.
flat.
I don't think of those things.
So I could fall off the roof.
Oh my God,
and then
yeah.
I die.
You would die. I didn't
At
even
least
think
get
of that.
severe head trauma. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I use my legs
I
to
can barely balance on flat ground.
Yeah. Yeah, because you do use your legs to kind of not slide off the roof. I didn't even think of that. All right. So moving on, like inside, you have been at my place when I'm in my cleaning fit and I'll just clean everything known to man. And you are so kind and you've helped me. And I've seen the way you do the dishes. Spoiler alert, he gets water everywhere, but I still appreciate the fact that you have helped me do my dishes and stuff. So I don't think you do dishes any different than anybody else. You just sit in your chair, you put your brakes on, and because the reason why you get water everywhere is because you're sitting back and down the sink. It's not that you're a mess. That's not true. It's just you can't close that gap because of your wheelchair.
I cannot.
You cannot close the gap. So that's not different. And you can reach the oven and stuff, but I think it's kind of funny. It's so cute when I go to your place and I open the cabinets and there's nothing on the top shelf.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for me.
It doesn't make sense for you, and it is so cute because I'm like, where is everything? I can reach everything for the first time in my life when I go to your place, but I've also seen you get things out of my cabinets where you've gotten out of your chair and climbed on the counter. So you can still do that. Like you said, you're super strong and that it's just cute. Like the way that you decorate your place, that everything is on the lower shelves that you can reach it. And you're a minimalist too. I feel like you have like 3 plates.
You don't have to call me out like that.
I'm just telling you, I have way more.
Yeah, basically, like you said, I can get on the counter and climb up top and reach things in the top cabinets, but it takes more effort. I'm in pain sometimes. So if things can be in the lower shelves and lower cabinets, why wouldn't they be?
Yeah, absolutely.
For me.
For you. And it's kind of crazy because when I moved a few years ago, sorry, go.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Do you remember when you saw my fridge and we put something in there? You know the place that I'm talking about? And you said, could I reach?
Yeah.
And so we had to think about that.
Yeah. So I think about that too, that Josiah's fridge is one of those where it's like split. So like half of it is the freezer and half of it is the fridge. And so the fridge is kind of tall. And I was laughing so hard because I put some stuff on the top shelf and our other friend was there. And I was like, oh, crap, he can't reach that. We got to move it down. And then when I was moving from one place to another, in my shower, I have one of those like shelves. I purposely put my shelves lower because I know when sometimes you sleep over, you like take a shower and I want to make sure that you can reach the shampoo.
Yeah, because I don't
Oh my
want to
God,
be
I'm
dirty.
so cute. Yeah.
You're so cute.
So stuff like that. And then there was something else. Oh, my old microwave. You couldn't reach it, remember? Because it was one of those over the oven things and you couldn't reach it.
I remember when we did that at work, I had to flame them. My now old workplace.
Yeah.
Shout out.
We love them.
We love them. But I had to flame them and our boss was like, oh, yeah, That's the thing. And then we got in contact with the market manager, the general manager, and I was like, can you move this? And he looked at me like, oh, of course. Those are the things that, like, I think about that everyone else could reach the microwave.
So it's interesting how your mind changes when, like, my mind has changed a lot.
Because if you see, at my place, the microwave is lower intentionally.
Yeah.
And so is the toaster. So is everything. We actually were able to have me tour the place where I live. And we were able to say, like, can I get through the doorway? Can I get into the kitchen? Can I get into the bathroom? All of these things. We were able to take measurements of my wheelchair width. My old wheelchair, Priscilla, was wider than Fieri is now. So we had to keep that in mind. And we had to make sure, like, I could cook I'm not saying I cook every day, but sometimes I like to make eggs in the morning with my cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had to make sure the stove was level. We had to make sure, like, everything was reachable for me to not be, like, uncomfortable. Because a lot of the time, things are up to my chest. And if things are up to my chest, yes, I can technically reach them, but it would just be like, I would be reaching higher, and I would be reaching wider, and I would be reaching all of these different things. And eventually, over time, that causes a lot of strain.
So I don't know why I just thought of this, but I have a question. Like, you doing your laundry, is your washing machine like one that you load from the top, or you load it from the side?
It's the door.
Okay.
It's in the front.
So it's the front. Because
you
need that, right?
That.
Yeah.
We actually requested that. We said they can't be stacked. The machines can't be stacked on one another, and they have to open on the front, not on the side, because the side is narrower for me to reach.
And the top too. I was just thinking about like if you, because mine's a top full. You fill it from the top. How would you'd have to get out of your wheelchair, reach down.
I would probably have to get on top of the washer machine.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even think about the stacking. That's more of like a European thing.
You can't be no stacked.
You have to think about
to be
this.
side to side. The laundry room is, in fact, the only room in my place that I cannot get to in my wheelchair. That's a little too narrow, but I'm okay with that. If everything else is accessible, if everything else is reachable, if everything else is comfortable, I'm willing to take the hit on the laundry room. And I know that sounds bad, but not every place is going to be perfect.
No, not at all. So I imagine you like doing your laundry. You just have like a basket on your lap and just kind of wheel there. Okay.
I will, and then I hop out,
Hop
throw
out
my
the plane
my
at
basket.
LAX. We're full of songs in this podcast.
Yeah, welcome. I have my basket. I have my little basket. I do my little wheeling. Also, I have to make sure this is a very minute thing, okay? But I have to make sure the basket does not hit my wheels. Is not hitting my wheels when I'm wheeling, because otherwise that would be like, and that was like me imitating. It would hit my wheelchairs or get stuck in the wheel or whatever. But I have to make sure that doesn't happen. So there's a position on my lap where that doesn't happen. So I have to think about that. You don't, because you can just walk to the laundry room.
I don't have to think about that. I just have to think about my cats getting in the way.
I know. And then so I just drop the basket and get out of my wheelchair, load the laundry in, do my thing.
Do the thing. So in your closet, like where you hang your clothes, is the bar just lower than most people?
Things I have to think about that you don't.
I don't.
And the majority of our listeners, well, I hope there are some folks in wheelchairs listening to this podcast. Eventually, I hope so. I think for the majority of our listeners, at least right now, they don't have to think about that.
This is totally random, and I just thought of this. Like, when you are sitting at your dining table, do you sit in your chair, or do you like to take a break from your chair and just sit in a regular chair?
It depends on how my butt is feeling.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Because I notice sometimes when you go to restaurants, sometimes you prefer to sit in your chair and sometimes you actually want to sit.
The booth chair. It depends.
Okay.
Because I often have to think about, like, if I leave my wheelchair, like, my wheelchair is an extension of my body. If I leave my wheelchair, someone's going to have to park it, and then I have to be able to see it, because I don't like not being able to see my wheelchair.
Yeah.
That's essentially my mobility. That's my independence. There's a weird thing about me that you might think is weird. A lot of folks might not. But, like, I would like to see my wheelchair if I leave it. So many times I don't like to leave it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't want to not be able to see it either. How do you vacuum? Do you vacuum?
I've had to vacuum before. I can actually vacuum. But we usually not like a one where you sweep the floor. I usually have like a one that you can attach to my body.
What?
Like a Ghostbusters vacuum. I kid you not. That's what we had to do.
That's so cool.
That's what I've had to use. And it's like a suction cup, so it's not like a sweep the floor kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. That is really cool. I would just imagine you had like
I don't like to vacuum.
Is it a Roomba? The little
a Roomba?
Yeah.
No, I don't have a Roomba.
Okay.
That costs way too much money.
I don't know. I don't have one.
Hey, Roomba, sponsor us.
Yeah, we have all these sponsors now, apparently. Just kidding. We don't have any.
We are requesting sponsors.
We need some. Okay, so Ghostbusters, that's like really cool.
You know where like it's attached to their body or they put it around them. Mm-hmm. It's like a guitar strap.
Yeah, a guitar strap. Yeah.
How many times am I going to do that?
Every single podcast.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so sweeping though, how do you sweep?
That is something I have to get out of my wheelchair for. And then I unhook the stick and I just use the little sweeping part.
Sweeping part, yeah.
The broom part.
The broom part, yeah. Oh, okay. So you take off the handle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just again, like you said, you can do it. It just takes you longer.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a different way because you can use that stick, but I often like to use that stick as like a lightsaber. So
there you go. Transportation is interesting because I know how you get around, but can you share with everybody like what you do to hit the town?
Hit the town, which I hit the town all day, every day. Okay. So you're right. I do not have my own mode of transportation other than Fury. I use Uber and Lyft a lot, so shout out to them.
Have you ever had a problem with Uber or Lyft?
Absolutely.
Tell me about
both of them.
Well, I know,
they have both denied me on the basis of my wheelchair.
Why? Because they can't fit a wheelchair, or they don't want to be responsible.
Allegedly,
they don't want to be responsible for it, which is fair. But don't you? I've never used Uber.
Why is it fair?
Well, what if they don't want to be responsible for if your wheelchair breaks in their car? You know what I mean?
Think about that.
Yeah, I just.
I don't know. I think
maybe
a lot of people just don't want to do it.
Maybe they don't have room, or they're scared you might get hurt. They don't want to be liable.
A lot of people are just meanies.
They are.
How about?
That's true.
No, I'm just kidding.
But like,
that's a good perspective.
I have a question though. Like, when you get an Uber or a Lyft, is there like a section that says you're in a wheelchair?
I message them.
Okay, yeah. Because if I was working for a Lyft or Uber at this point in time, and I'm not.
This is a good hypothetical. If you did not know me, okay, so you don't know me. I request an Uber. You pull up to where I am at. You see me in a wheelchair. What is your reaction?
Nothing. I just pick you up.
See?
Yeah.
Why is it that sometimes I've been denied? And a lot of people will say it wasn't because of my wheelchair. Oh, really? Because I messaged them and they either cancel me right after I messaged them telling them I'm in a wheelchair.
So it's
suspicious timing.
Well, I have 2 points of view just from the outside looking in. One, like I said, they don't want to be liable if your wheelchair breaks or you get hurt, right? 2, how do they know it's not a motorized, or maybe they don't think their vehicle is accessible enough? Because most people think when people are in a wheelchair, because this is what I used to think, you need that special little van to lift them up and pull them into the car. Maybe they don't think that you're as strong as you are, that you can get out of your wheelchair and get in the car. That is just my point of view. If I didn't know you and like I saw that you were in a wheelchair, I'd be like, oh, well, my car doesn't have the automatic lift, so I can't pick you up. Is that fair to say?
Sure. But I would say, why are you assuming?
Why am I assuming?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a wheelchair.
What does that mean?
So if I were to pick you up in my car, I would be like, I don't have enough room in my for your wheelchair. Because I don't know your wheelchair can come apart.
But you do.
I do.
I specify that.
You specify that your wheelchair comes apart.
It can fold up, and it can be pretty compactable.
Okay,
and
I didn't know that.
Still cancel me.
I didn't know that.
I provide details
afterwards.
But granted, 97% of Uber and Lyfts have been so kind, so great, And I've been canceled on, like, I think Lyft 5 times and then Uber 5 times.
Okay.
So it's like a small percentage of the time. Not trying to trash on them.
No, okay. So no, I'm just trying to say that like that's why I would think people would cancel. So they don't want to be liable if your wheelchair breaks because that is expensive.
They don't want to take my money.
So what other transportation do you use other than Lyft and Uber?
Just my arms and my wheelchair, baby.
And the person sitting right across from you.
All day when you are feeling willing. Sometimes you say no.
No, I don't.
Have you ever said no?
I don't think I've ever said no.
Okay, we can cut this part.
No. Well, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, so you have friends and stuff. And then.
Oh, when I'm feeling particularly in pain or weak, I say, can you push me?
Yeah, you do. Can you push me? Which is fine. I don't mind that.
Sometimes your body needs a rest. Am I right, fellas? Ladies?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
My fellow people in wheelchairs and with CP will support me on this. Sometimes you need a break.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just imagine like.
I made you push me today.
Yeah. Qdoba. Sponsor us. Qdoba. No, but I just feel like for you, your body must be so exhausted because like it's all upper. That's wild to me. That's just wild.
Well, you've seen my shoulders.
Yeah, they're hot. He's got really nice shoulder, ladies.
It's the best part of my body.
Yeah, and he's got really strong hands. So if you need a nice shoulder massage, the best massage is from Josiah.
Well, are we?
So anyway, okay.
Am I turning red?
He's blushing.
I'm turning red.
While he's drinking his soda. So transportation, that can definitely be difficult, especially I feel like when the roads are bad. I don't feel like there's a ton of Ubers and Lyfts available during the winter.
Yeah, but where am I trying to go in a snowstorm?
Work? No. No, I skip work.
No. We just work from home that day.
Yeah, that's true.
We figured it out. But sometimes I do, like most of the time, I have to request the Uber XLs or the Lyft XLs, so they will have enough room for my wheelchair. They can pack it up like a box and then throw it in the back, put the brakes on. A lot of the times I'll do that, so it's a lot easier for me to like transfer into their vehicle and then for them to put my wheelchair in the back of their car and then take it out.
Do you have to pay more for XL?
Yeah.
That's BS. That pisses me off.
If you hear some scratching,
that's my dog.
That's
He's getting mad at the carpet right now. No, dude, that pisses me off that you have to pay extra. That's BS. Uber and Lyft needs to get rid of that.
It'd be like that sometimes. It's bigger
It needs to get rid of them. It needs to get rid of that though. Like you can't choose that.
I can choose that.
No. You have to have your wheelchair with you.
Oh, like you choose to be in a wheelchair? Yeah. I didn't.
No, that's BS. You shouldn't be charged extra because of your wheelchair. We can do better as a society. You know what that's called? BS.
Capitalism.
BS. I'm upset about that. So there's no option.
Write them a letter.
There's no option for you to get that fee waived because of your wheelchair.
No, because that's a set price. I can get the fees waived, like for wait time and stuff, but like that's a set price. So they'll have Uber or Lyft X, which is like your standard cars. But if I want the XL type, like the minivans, Subarus, like Crosstreks, all of that, that's more.
Do you have to have those?
Not all the time, but those are preferred.
Okay.
Because it's less time, like trying to put the wheels on, less time for me to explain.
Okay, then never mind. I'm not mad. I thought you had to have them. Like you personally had to have them. But you say it's just preferred.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
then I'm not mad
how am I supposed to get in?
Well, my car, you can get in my car.
Yeah, but you're my best friend. See.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm not mad anymore.
One day, can I tell you something? One day, I have a thought.
Apologies to Lyft and Uber. I had a little bit of a freak out right there, but I thought
But we should keep that in.
I know, but I misunderstood you. I thought like you have to get the XL.
No, that's an option.
Okay.
One of these days, I think I'm gonna die in the back of an Uber
Would you
Lyft.
freaking stop? Stop.
You could get that if you want to, but I just had to say it.
Why? Of all places in an Uber.
My wheelchair in the back. I can't escape.
Oh, you mean like someone's going to hurt you?
Yeah. Or someone takes me the wrong way.
See what happens. See what happens after that. They don't want none of that. I guarantee it.
Transportation is fun.
It's fun. It doesn't sound fun.
But the way I see it is like Uber and Lyft costs are just your car payments, your insurance, your gasoline, your upkeep. Like I don't have to worry about no tires.
Well, you do.
Oil.
You do have to worry about tires.
My little baby Fury.
Okay.
She's 2.
She's 2. Oh, she's halfway through her life. She's about to have a midlife crisis. So tell me about some things that you do on the daily that I don't think about.
Yeah. So number 1, I think would be wheelchair maintenance. And in fact, on Friday, I did a little maintenance on Fury and you didn't even notice. And she's very offended.
I know. I still don't notice. So please tell me what I'm supposed to be noticing.
What you're supposed to be noticing is my casters, which are the front wheels. And
I'm looking at it right now. Yep.
You don't notice it.
It's blacked out. Did you paint it?
No. The reason it looks blacked out because now you can see the actual bearing. Stuff gets caught in the front wheels and that affects like where they go, like hair, pieces of carpet, whatever gets stuck in between the casters bearings. You know what? Sometimes you just have to take some scissors or a razor blade, cut that and go yank it out. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Yeet. And so that's what I did. And then I gave her a little spring cleaning. I forgot to check the tire pressure.
Yeah, so like instead of you taking care of a car, you have to take care of your wheelchair. I remember one time we were driving around and you got a flat and we had to go to a gas station and air up your tires. So you have a pump at your place?
Yes.
Is it a foot pump? Have you ever had a foot pump?
I don't think I would have to. Oh. I don't think I would know how to use it.
Oh, okay.
Because do you need to use your feet?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't use my feet.
I don't know. I just thought
it's just an arm pump and then you attach it to the wheelchair. You go.
Cool. Has your wheel ever popped on you while you're just like rolling?
Yeah.
Did you fall?
No, you don't fall.
Okay.
You just feel it and you go.
And you're like, ah, crap.
Oh no.
Do you have spare wheels with you?
With me?
Like
No.
at your place?
Yes.
So how many spares should a wheelchair user have?
It depends. I would recommend at least 1. I do have some slime. So I have a tube, then I have a layer of slime, and then I have the tire. The slime it makes it harder for the wheel to go flat by sealing it off in a way.
All right. I thought you were referring to the slang you taught me.
No.
Last episode.
No, it's like actual slime.
Or the few episodes
But I
ago,
think
whatever.
they are using slime as a slang term.
Slime.
What up, slime?
Hey, monkey. What up, slime? Oh, he's making biscuits. My cat's making biscuits. Wish you guys could all see.
Can you let us know if slime is a slang term right now?
It is. I Googled it after the episode. Anyway, random detour there. How do you decorate? Like, do you decorate your house or anything? I mean, I know the answer to that question.
Not really. I do have 2 flags and a picture in my bedroom now.
And you put those up yourself?
No, nope.
So you asked someone to help you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't get all the way up there.
Right.
And like, ching, ching, ching with a hammer.
Yeah.
You know?
Ching, ching, yeah.
That would be very bad.
So you love to decorate for Christmas, though, but you like to decorate my place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we decorate my place, and it's basically...
You just do the tree.
Josiah puts all the ornaments in the lower part of the tree. Because he can't reach the top. And he puts it all in one spot and like all on the lower part of the tree. And then I'm the one that like has to like move it around.
You don't ask me to raise it.
I know, but it is funny.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. And then, like, if I'm decorating...
Hold on. Don't act like your cats won't knock it down.
They do.
Second they do.
That's why you have to put it high.
I know.
But
I'm sorry.
my cats knock down the trees anyway. But if I'm putting up, like, a Christmas picture or something, he does a really great job of telling me if it's even.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So there's just other things that you decorate. Just kind of the lower half of everything.
Yeah, but I have a South Korean flag in my bedroom, the homeland. Then I have a Naruto flag.
Yes.
Then I have a picture of Korea. Wow. I'm Korean, if you couldn't tell.
Cool.
Mic drop. Goodbye, everyone.
So I think this is the last thing I want to talk about with you because I have so much fun doing this. We have so much fun doing this. Grocery shopping. Josiah, it's the same thing as like if you were to have a lawnmower. He holds the cart and I push his chair. And I, like skiing, I direct you where to go.
You have to tell them that you get annoyed with me.
I do. I get super annoyed with Josiah because in my point of view, he claims it's not true, but in my point of view, he gets so close to hitting people. And he's like, I got it. And he gets so close to hitting people. But also what is super annoying is Josiah sometimes does not know his left his left from right. So I will tell him, turn right. And he like completely just, and you don't do like a slight gentle turn. You like completely like spin it. So it's.
You have to. Fast and Furious style. Come on.
Scoot. Yeah, you just scoot the other way. But he's, in my point of view, you've almost hit a bunch of people, but you claim you've got it under control. And he has to tell me, I got it. Chill out. I got it. Relax. I got it. So here's me having anxiety attack after anxiety attack. And Josiah's like, I got this. Go.
Yeah, and then you don't go. And
no,
then
I don't
like,
go.
What are you doing?
And it is hard to turn around as well. When Josiah makes a left turn, when he was supposed to make a right turn, and we have to turn around, the radius is a lot different.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we have fun grocery shopping. We never get really good healthy food. We always get snacks. Hot Cheetos.
Yeah, we get hot Cheetos. Sponsor us, Cheetos, please.
One time, I know this has nothing to do with anything, but one time we bought pickles and Josiah decided to open the pickles as I was driving and they spilled everywhere. Remember? We were outside of the Walmart.
That's not the way I remember it.
Okay,
You stopped on purpose.
Who opens a jar of pickles while you're driving?
Okay, and this wasn't a regular jar of pickles. This was a humongous jar of pickles.
And to be fair, there was a lot of pickle juice in that jar, but it was really bad. It was actually really funny. Thank God it was in my car because my car smelled like pickle juice for years.
But I had to change. Yeah, like I can't go around smelling like pickles.
We had to pull over and he had to find a restroom and change. Grocery shopping is always fun.
Grocery shopping is fun. And how I do it on my own is I have, instead of a buggy or a cart, as regular people call them. I don't mean to throw shade. It's a buggy. It's not a buggy, but besides the point, I don't use a buggy when I'm on my own. I use a bag, a reusable bag, and I have it around my neck, which is probably why my neck isn't big.
Yeah.
But I get like the bread, the meat, whatever I need, and usually I throw like some chips in there, or randomly I'll get like I'll roll past some Pop-Tarts. And be like, I really want some Pop-Tarts, so it'll be like a random thing, and then I just hand it to the person at the cashier. That's what they're called, the cashier, and say, hey, here's all my things, and then they usually just keep it up there and then bag it in the same bag. And I said, that's really nice.
Yeah. You don't ever use one of those motorized carts, do you? Because you like to see your wheelchair, right?
Yep.
Have you ever used one?
No.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
Why?
I'm not a very good driver, see?
I know.
What do you mean you know? I'm not a very good driver.
No, you're a really good driver.
No, I'm not a very good driver.
I know.
And plus, I'm Asian, so...
No,
you don't have to give me any credit.
Did you just say you're
Asian, so like that leads to the stereotype. You know the stereotype I'm talking about, which is not true.
I know.
Not nice, not fair, but
in your position,
in my position, one could see why that exists.
So do you think you're not a good driver because of your CP and your delayed reaction?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I have what is usually called diplegia, and that comes with spasticity as well.
Okay.
So you've been around me when my legs start going, and diplegia is like it affects the lower part of your body or one part of your body, but it's both. There are some cases of cerebral palsy where it affects one limb. Mine affects the lower part of my body, so both of my legs.
And what he means by his legs get going is they shake uncontrollably.
Yeah, they spasm, and I just say this all the time. I kind of have to ride this out. You've been around me when I've said that. You've been around me when they've been going, and you're just like, okay, it just be like that sometimes.
Be like that sometimes. Okay, so Josiah's a bad driver, and that's okay, even if it's a buggy.
I'm a bad driver. You.
I can't believe you're admitting it.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Sometimes you have to just say it is what it is.
I know. I'm very bossy, and I know that. And you have to tell me to like, dude, chill.
I have said that.
Yeah,
sometimes.
You've been like, dude, I get this, and I'm like, because I get.
And then I see you have to let go, but I think you let go because it's me. Like if it was another person, I don't think you would let go.
I think I let go easier with you.
Because we're besties.
I don't know. One of my friends that is going to be on one of our episodes has told me to chill out a few times, and I was like, oh, but I didn't say anything. That was just in my head.
Did we just spoil a guest?
We did, but we didn't say who.
What's his name? What's her name?
I'm not going to say it. They can catch us next time. Well, the time after that. I think that's pretty much what I can think of for everyday tasks. Again, it's just more of like the things that are like gutters you can't do, right, without anybody helping you.
Correct.
But everything else you pretty much can do. It just takes you longer.
Yes, and I would prefer not to shovel. Obviously, if someone can do that for me, I would prefer that. But it's like sometimes that's not always the case.
And you prepare yourself, like you said, when you were scoping out your place and picking out a washer, dryer, or whatever, and all those kinds of things, you're preparing for that. So it's a lot more preparation for you than it would be for me. I don't have to really prep too much.
Yeah, and then sometimes I will admit this right now, I get really emo about this. And then recently I lived with my brother and I got super emo one day. And that's for a later episode. We can talk about this more. But I know, like, what I want to say is I know it can be hard. And I don't want to make things seem like everything is easy. It just takes longer. That's frustrating a lot of the time. So I want to like empathize with all of you fellow wheelchair users. Like this is hard. And there are some things we cannot do. And like we have to like accept that even though it might be harder to do that. I know it is for me, and I just want to acknowledge that. But it's also like, if you know you can do this, if you think you can do these things, like take out the trash, then you can. But just know that it takes longer, and it might be frustrating. I want to validate each side. If you're just like me and want to be independent AF, then be independent AF. And make sure things in your living situation are lower so you can see them. Or reach them or whatever. But if you can't do that, I also want to validate that and be like, if you need assistance, if you need help in any way, it's okay.
Because like, I mean, it's important though, like the places that you've lived, you've had to request bottom floors, you know, and stuff like that. And that's okay. Like that people are here to help you. Like hire people to do things if you need help. And I feel like technology has really, really helped because I'm just trying to think like, what did you do before Uber and Lyft? And a lot, and that's just one example, but there are so many things technology we've been able to do from our phones. Let's be like DoorDash. Like DoorDash.
Capitalism. Yeah.
DoorDash.
DoorDash is my thing.
Capitalism.
Well, capitalism is good and bad.
I know.
Uber Eats.
Or like Walmart grocery delivery stuff.
No, I like to go to grocery stores.
I know, but I'm saying for other people.
It's fun.
It is fun.
Except for Costco. That was not fun.
No, but like I'm saying like other people that don't want to go to a grocery store or can't. I mean, technology has come a long way to help people in wheelchairs out.
That's true. We got a long way to go, though.
Yeah, we do.
You even know that as a non-disabled person.
I sure do.
You spend
too much
time together.
Just kidding. All right. Well, I think that pretty much sums it up for this episode. I really appreciate you, Josiah, kind of like explaining things to me and others about like, if you want to do something, you can do it. It might take a little bit longer, but you can do it. So thank you for that insight.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And thank you to our special guest, Mr. Biscuit Maker Monkey.
That is our producer.
He's really good at producing.
And thank you to all of you for listening. We will be back with another episode of the Roller and the Stroller podcast very soon. Do 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 do.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Roller and the Stroller podcast. We're rolling out.
This is a Sidewall Studios production.
Boom! Oh, we should keep that moving.